I'm about to be the biggest bozo in this lobby. Let me mute everybody really quick. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. The race has just started. We are going to do the interval, telemetry, track data, and full track map. We're going to put it all up on the TV here. It looks like Kyle takes the lead. He started up in front, being followed by Dead One right behind him. Right now, everybody seems to be evenly matched in this race. There really hasn't been a clear contender like we saw in the sprint race. Oh, there's a yellow flag in Sector 2. What happened in Sector 2? Oh, it appears as though Wilson has spun out and he has collected another car. He has collected Alvin, but they get back going again. I don't think they got any damage on him. I can't see any from the booth. Neither can my contemporaries. There's a yellow flag in Sectors 2 and 3. The first lap of this 28-lap circuit. This is going to be an interesting race, because those are two completely different manufacturers fighting it out right there. Back up to the front here, we go to the driver on board with Galaxy Shovels. He is under no pressure. He pulls away from Dead One by about a second, 1.2 seconds. And he has the fastest lap on mediums with a 138.8. Back with Dead One in the Williams Racing Machine. He is in a, I would say, a contested second position. He is about 1.2 back still of Galaxy Shovels, but he is trying to hold off Andrew Davis, his teammate, it seems, from trying to get the spot. I don't know who's... I really don't know who the betting favorite is at this track. This track seems to be playing favorite to a lot of different people here. It is a very fun track, a lot of tight corners, but with a lot of straightaways that you could definitely pass with DRS. Dead One is currently our biggest mover of the race, up 2 positions from the 4th spot. I hope he's not playing defense too hard. They really need to be playing offense a little bit more here if they want to get up there and catch Kyle. He is pulled up to about 1.6 seconds on Dead One in 2nd spot. On board now with Andrew Davis here in Sector 3 in the Williams Racing Machine. He leads Joshua Trix by about 1 second. Let's go to the back of the pack over here with the race between Alvin and Wilson. They seem to be within maybe a few car lengths of each other, having a decent battle for what it's worth. Well, he kind of wobbled a little bit coming out of that exit. But let's see if when DRS gets enabled that he could pass him up. It looks like he might pass him up here with Slipstream or something. Oh yeah, race control has confirmed DRS is now enabled. He's going for the pass right here. He should pass him pretty easily. I just saw him in his rearview mirror. Let's see what Alvin's going to do. Maybe he'll try to pass him up in a crossover coming to the stripe. Ooh, looks like Wilson got a little loose right there. Alvin's going to pass him up. Like I said, coming back to the stripe. This announcer is basically Nostradamus. He knows his shit. He knows what he's talking about. Back up to the front with Galaxy Shovels here. He's pulled up to about a 1.9, pretty much a 2-second advantage over Dead One in 2nd place. Him and Andrew Davis are still holding tight there in 2nd and 3rd. Joshua Trix, a distant 4th, not too far back from 2nd and 3rd, but quite a ways back from the 1st spot. Canadian Cowboy firmly in the number 5 position, with Alvin and Wilson battling it out like a couple of bozos, like they act like they're important. Oh, it looks like Wilson tried to send it that corner. There was contact between Alvin and Wilson. I don't know if Wilson has any damage. I saw something fly off, but I think it might have just been in-game only. Oh, he bumps him again going into the corner. My camera angle keeps changing. He uses the bumper, and now here comes Alvin back again, and he passes up Wilson very easily. Oh, he goes off the track! But he's still on the asphalt. He's still in front of Wilson. This is some fantastic racing for the last place spot. I never would have figured it. Galaxy Shovel's firmly in first, like I've stated previously. Come around lap 5, we will take a quick commercial break. But until then, we are still like, oh wow, this is just very exciting, ladies and gentlemen. Words cannot describe how great this racing is here. Everybody's pretty much holding tight in their current positions. I don't think there's going to be much going on until at least the first round of green flag pit stops, if it gets to that point. Hopefully this race stays caution-free and we see a good strategy outcome. It is no contest right now. Galaxy Shovels has pulled up to almost 2.5 second lead as it goes into the second to last corner, coming to lap number 5 of this 28 lap event here in China. He goes around the Rolex corner and he is coming to the stripe. Oh, it looks as though he's got a 3-second time penalty from race control for multiple warnings. I don't know what the warnings are for, but that should not affect him that bad. He is almost 3 seconds ahead of his second place opponent, Andrew Davis. Today's race is sponsored by the Home Depot, where doers get things done. Personally, I'm a Lowe's guy myself, growing up watching Jimmy Johnson. However, Home Depot is where all of us get our building materials, and we are glad to have them sponsor today's race. We are also very, very much honored to have Circuit City, Radio Shack, and Credit 2 Bank, not Credit 1 Bank, but Credit 2 Bank sponsor our White Flag Lap. I guess we couldn't afford enough in this production to get Credit 1 Bank, so Credit 2 Bank will have to do. Let's have a word from our sponsors. Back to the race now. It is lap 6, and it seems as though Alvin has crashed and gone aflame, much like his contemporary Juan Pablo Montoya did in the 2012 Daytona 500. But I don't see a jet dryer. It appears as though Wilson's going to give him the spot back, or at least keep him within the race. Such a friendly guy. I wish I had more friends like him in real life. Oh, contact as they go into the carousel right here. If he's not careful, he's going to lose the front bumper. And yes, he got very loose right there, coming back out of the corner. And he is in the grass. He is doing the pass in the grass. They both are. Wow. Oh, they're going over a bunch of bumps. Holy shit. This commentator has never seen anything like this before. Let's do the onboard view for this corner. Let's see how close they get. They can almost touch the tips. Oh, Wilson got a little loose, and he spun. There's a caution in Sector 3. And Alvin is going to slow up and let him come back. Wilson now back up to full speed, as well as Alvin as they come to the stripe to complete lap number 7. Or excuse me, lap number 6. They are so far behind, in fact, that the leaders are almost about to come up and finish lap number 7. It appears as though Andrew Davis and Joshua Trix have closed the gap slightly on Galaxy Shovels by about 5/10. What once used to be about a 2.5 second lead is now just barely over a 1.5 seconds. About 1.8 separates first from second. But it really is anybody's race from second on back. It appears as though third, fourth, and fifth are just really duking it out right here. So many different types of manufacturers and teams duking it out for just a third place spot. It looks like we got Williams Racing, Red Bull, and I think the Inspecto Patronus from Harry Potter is about to try to make a pass for fourth. Let's go to the Goodyear Blimp Sky coverage presented by Credit 2 Bank. Oh, it looks like Canadian Cowboy went wide coming out of that corner. I don't think it has slowed him down that much. He's still within striking distance of everybody in front of him. You know, it is crazy because, like, when I go into the grass or whenever I get loose coming out of a corner, my car it don't look right. It just goes sideways. I can't control it, and then I somehow DNF out of the whole shebang. These guys, these are professional F1 league racers. These guys will take any sort of loose setup, and they will somehow go and win a race with it. Oh, pass right here. Unless he didn't make it work. It looks like he couldn't make it work. But Andrew Davis is now closed within 1.5 of Galaxy Shovels for the lead. He is now within his eyesight. He can see him just off in the distance. Must be tire wear playing a factor, but I don't think it'd be too big of a deal because they're on mediums, and everybody knows mediums get faster over time. Although not compared to a hard compound. A hard, if they ran this whole race, a hard would probably be the best thing for them right now, unless I am skewed. But they're going for good laps. They're going for strategy. They're going to run on mediums right now. I think everybody out there is on mediums. Let's go back to Alvin and Wilson duking it out for the last place spot. Wilson's trying to make that outside lane work, but he just can't quite clear Alvin on the inside. He's going about 175 entering that corner. Oh, it looks like there might have been a little bit of contact. He tried to do the crossover move on him. Just couldn't quite clear him. Fifth and sixth spot firmly in the Patronus Racing Machine. Oh, back in the grass. They both are in the grass. Let's see if they could go over any sweet jumps like Napoleon did in Napoleon Dynamite. Oh, he hits the Rolex sign. Wow, I'm surprised he didn't take off his front bumper. You have to look out for the debris. They both get loose coming out of that corner. Something else to remember, they could slow down the leader and allow Andrew Davis to catch up. The leader's just very much behind him by maybe about 5 seconds. Let's go with the onboard coverage for Galaxy Shovels, who still has that 3-second penalty. He's the only racer in the circuit right now that has a penalty. Everybody else has raced clean and has not tried to piss off race control today. I wonder how many people are running a wheel versus a controller setup in this race. Oh, here comes Galaxy Shovels. He is gaining big time on Alvin and Wilson. They are definitely within his line of sight. I want to know how he's going to be able to get past him. Oh, they get together! Well, I guess that answers that question. They let him pass. I really was hoping that this would be a very interesting battle for the lead if he got slowed up. I guess that is not the case. But there is now a yellow flag. Both of them have gone spinning. They are now both a lap down. Oh, almost contact there. Almost halfway through this race here at China. And it is still Galaxy Shovel's race. I believe he has led basically every lap so far of this event. The onboard camera is brought to you by the Angry Grandpa Show. Rest in peace, Angry Grandpa. 5 years gone, but still within our hearts. Nobody can fart quite like he could. Canadian Cowboy now up into 4th position. Joshua Trix back in 5th. I don't know if tire wear is playing that much of an issue right now, unless maybe they got their cars tuned just the way they want them. Because Canadian Cowboy is actually now about to pounce for 3rd spot, it seems, over here in Sector 2. Everybody's still out here on mediums. We have not seen a green flag stop just yet. Oh, this is just in from race control. Alvin, 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. That is the first actual written warning we have seen from race control. Galaxy Shovel's got multiple warnings, but for what we don't know, corner cutting. Oh, they make contact again. It looks like the Haas machine of Wilson went sideways. He tried to pass him on the outside, but it couldn't work. They're hugging those bumpers, though, on the track, making sure that their cars are the fastest out of the bunch. Galaxy Shovels has now extended his lead to 2.1 seconds. It says that 4.3 seconds all the way back to 3rd. I don't know how true that is. It looks a little bit legitimate, but I'm calling foul on that. It does not look like 4 seconds at all. Canadian Cowboy has closed within 0.6 of 3rd spot. Now he pulls away from him. Oh, it appears as though Andrew Davis is doing the first green flag stop. He is going to, I believe, go to softs or maybe go to hards. I wouldn't do softs because there's about 16 laps left in this. Softs would just go away by then. Hards would have to be the way to go. And it is hards. All right. Good thing for him, he did not have to change out his wings or his bumpers at all. It looks like his car is still clean. I think his strategy is going to pay off. He will finish in 1st if he is smart enough with it. Nobody else has pitted thus far. Joshua Trix now behind Canadian Cowboy, who is now right behind Dead One. Dead One is 6.5 seconds back of the leader, Galaxy Shovels. He shows no signs of slowing down at all. Biggest movers of the race are both Dead One and Canadian Cowboy. Up 2 positions since the start. Biggest loser goes to Andrew Davis, but I wouldn't call that out just yet. He has lost 3 spots, but that is just because he did a green flag stop, which could possibly come in handy here in a few laps. Just shy of our halfway point here in the race. Lap 12 of 28 over here at China. I'm the host with the most, Z Fadester, welcoming you to the 9th race of Season 8 of NHRA F1 League. Filling in for my contemporary, D-Man Thacker. Oh, there's a caution in Sector 2 for Alvin and Wilson. They cannot stay away from each other. They are just they're just car magnets. Excuse me, not dick magnets. They are not gay that I know about. Galaxy Shovel's now into pit. I believe he's going to go into hards as well. Same with Dead One and Joshua Trix. They're both racing right into pit road. Let's see who could get out the fastest. I believe it's going to be no contest. Galaxy Shovels gets out of there on a set of hards. Dead One and Joshua Trix. Joshua's on hards. Dead One now on hards. That is going to propel Canadian Cowboy into the lead on his old mediums. I want to see how long he could stay out on those. I once ran a whole race on mediums while being careful, and I still finished top 5. Not everybody's built the same, though. I realize I am built different, and that's why I am up here commentating and not racing. Alvinsville into pit now. I think he is going to go for softs just so he could get a good lap time, probably steal it away. Oh no, he's going to go put on hards. And it appears as though Wilson has DNF'd. Wilson has DNF'd. There is only 6 cars still running in this event. Let's go to a quick commercial break. Sponsored by Rosebud Frozen Peas, narrated by Orson Welles.
Rosebud frozen peas, full of country goodness and green penis. Wait, that's terrible. I quit. Just a handful for the road. Oh, what luck. There's a French fry stuck in my beard. Oh, yeah.
Welcoming everybody back to the China Grand Prix here in F1. It is the halfway mark officially. Canadian Cowboy now officially into pit. But he's about to get passed up for the lead again by Galaxy Shovels and Andrew Davis. This time Andrew Davis is now closing in. Only 3/10 behind Galaxy Shovels. Joshua Tricks with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. It might have been corner cutting. It might be whatever. Who cares? The battle for the lead is going on, and it looks like the pass will be made within the next lap or two, judging by this expert's opinion. Oh, he got really close there. Everybody is just gunning for the lead right now, the top 2 are. I don't know if he'll be able to catch him because Galaxy Shovels gets a great run off the corners. Andrew Davis knows how to get up to him on the straightaways using DRS, but I just don't know if he has what it takes to get in underneath him. He's going to have to possibly Ross Chastain it or send it in order for it to be competitive. Here they come on the straightaway now. He's still about 6 or 7 tenths behind him. Yes, DRS is definitely coming into play right now. He is closing in by maybe a car length or 2. I don't know if he'll have what it takes to get up on his bumper and send him. He tried to use the bumper, but I didn't think he'd get there in time. The Alpine machine still up front right now with the Williams Racing machine in second. Oh, Andrew Davis has now been given a 3-second time penalty, as well as somebody else. I wonder who it was. I didn't see it in time. But that should be just okay because Andrew Davis is 7 seconds ahead of third. And Galaxy Shovel still has that 3-second time penalty from earlier. So if the race ends just like this, Andrew Davis will be your winner. Welcome back to the China Grand Prix coverage, sponsored by Credit 2 Bank, Home Depot, Circuit City, and Radio Shack. I am your host with the most, Z Fadester. Watching this battle unfold for the lead right now, 16 of 28 laps completed, still only 6/10 separates the front two. Andrew Davis has been trying under this commercial break to get up to him, but he could just get right up there, but he just cannot make the pass, it seems. The Alpine machine is just way too good in the corners for Andrew Davis and his Williams racing car to get past. 10 seconds back in third is Canadian Cowboy, and he leads that second charge of cars that are all within a few tenths of each other, rather. Wilson has DNF'd. He is all the way back in seventh. He will be credited with a seventh finishing position unless something else happens. Looking at the onboard battle now for first, you can see Andrew Davis from his cockpit is looking right at Galaxy Shovels. The gap's still less than a second. Canadian Cowboy has closed in by almost a full second now. He was over 10 seconds back, but he is now just a little over 9.5. Let's look at the battle back there. It might be a little more interesting. It's a little more one-sided up in the front, but in the back there's 3 cars battling for the 4th spot. They're all on hards except for Alvin. He is on softs. I believe he's going for lap times. He's going to go for the pole. He knows there's a bonus that comes with the pole. Alvin off into the grass again. I don't believe there's a Rolex sign for him to hit this time, so he's just going to be shit out of luck. He's just going to be going through the grass. Galaxy Shovels with another penalty. This time, I think that's compounded with this first one, so he will now have to beat Andrew Davis by 6 seconds in order to win this race. With just 9 laps left, he leads him by half a second. Andrew Davis is really good in the first set of corners. And then after that, I think it just comes off, and then it's just Galaxy Shovel's race. He is so good on corner exit. Andrew Davis gets that really good drive in, but he just cannot finish it off the corner. Alvin now into pit. I believe he took wets. What in the world is he thinking? Why would you put on wets when it's dry out? This announcer's left stunned on that aspect. I don't know the strategy behind that. Wets will do nothing for you. It's almost like driving on pure friction. And Alvin has gone around. Oh, he's doing burnouts. I see what he's doing now. He is doing a donut for finishing ahead of Wilson. To be honest, I would do a donut too if I was finishing ahead of Wilson. That is definitely something to celebrate. But him and his teammate, Canadian Cowboy, are both covering the 5th and 6th spot. They're both in the Inspecto Patronum machine, sponsored by Harry Potter, in 5th and 6th. Oh, Alvin has DNF'd, it appears. I did not get a chance to look at it. I think maybe he got kicked. The top 5 now running in order: Galaxy Shovels, Andrew Davis, Joshua Tricks, Dead19X, Canadian Cowboy 04. All 5 of them too have some sort of penalty. So this will definitely be weird. If they all can finish within a certain amount of time of each other, this announcer would really very much like that, because then you wouldn't know who the hell would win. I cannot tell what the penalties are next to their name. Andrew Davis now closing in. He's within 3/10 now. That's the closest the gap has been ever since these two have been battling each other for the lead. He will make the pass, but when will he do it? He almost could have done it right there. He could have jumped inside, but maybe he was too tight on corner exit. Revving it up in 5th gear, going to that corner now, dropping it down. This is definitely shaping up to be a good battle. This is how the race ends. I'm curious to see if Andrew Davis will be the winner, or if Dead One back in 3rd could win this race. Oh, I'm getting word from an informant on the track that those penalties don't count. Wow, that kind of takes the boner away. Very much bozo. Oh, he got a great exit that time. Andrew Davis did, coming off the corner. Let's see how he does in the last corner, coming to the stripe to complete lap 20. Andrew Davis with another penalty, but as I was told before, I'm getting told the only way a penalty counts is if they get more than 12 seconds worth of penalties. Right now, I don't know if there's anything more than 6 on the track, but they are cutting it super close for comfort. Welcoming everybody to the race coverage of NHRA Season 8, race number 9 at the China Grand Prix. I am your host, Z Fadester, filling in for D-Man Thacker, also known as Sky. The battle for first has really just been between these two for about the past 10 laps or so. Nobody's really been able to gain any ground on them, as they are just way too far back. Everybody's strategy was around different laps, so I really don't know if there's going to be time for anybody third on back to catch the front two. Andrew Davis is still closing in on Galaxy Shovels. He stayed about the same interval as we did before, but I wouldn't be surprised if his hards up in front are going to be costing him in the end. Oh, Galaxy Shovels actually has the most amount of penalties with 9 seconds worth. If he gets one more, his race is over. He has to run clean. That's probably why he has allowed Andrew Davis to close in by so much. In terms of tire wear, it appears as though Andrew Davis, he did pit first. He now has 10 laps on those hards. They should be coming in and acting about as soft as my PP here in about 5 seconds. They have all made one stop so far, and nobody has really made any other stops. Canadian Cowboy with another penalty. Let's see how many he has now. 6 seconds worth. The only two that don't have more than 3 are Joshua and Dead One. They seem to be the only non-bozo type people out on this racetrack. That gap's still just 0.5 of a second. Really no ground being made as of this moment. There is only 6 laps to go. There is no room for error. If you have a fast car and you're trying to get to the front, you need to make the pass right now and try to pull away. I just don't know if that's going to happen between Andrew Davis and Galaxy Shovels. The battle over here for third now between Dead One, Joshua Tricks, and Pewds is probably going to be good. I wonder if Pewds is probably going to be the fastest car and try to make the pass, barring if something happens between Dead One and Joshua Tricks. Joshua on the bumper, it seems, of Dead One, trying to make the pass. He seems to be getting closer to the guy in front of him than Andrew Davis can get to the guy in first. Filling out the end of Sector 3 over here as they come into the final set of corners, completing lap number 22 of this 28-lap event. The Red Bull machine, he's going to make the pass right here, going into the corner. Let's see if he can complete it. I think he will. I don't know if Dead One's going to do the crossover. I think he tried with the Williams Racing Machine. He's going to try to beat the Red Bull car back to the stripe. Side by side of the line, it looks like he's going to get past him. Where's Canadian Cowboy in all this? What's he going to do if these two people get together? It's all going to come down to this. 6 laps to go. There's no room for error like this announcer has stated in the past. Oh, Dead One goes wide. Joshua Trix on his outside. Here comes Canadian Cowboy. He has now closed the gap by about 2 car lengths. This is a way more interesting battle than what I was trying to commentate earlier. These two can just do whatever the hell they want. Everything from third on back is interesting. Rounding the corners, coming to the end of Sector 2, going into Sector 3, it is still Dead One in 3rd spot. Joshua Trix just behind him in 4th. Canadian Cowboy in 5th. They're all within about a car length or 2 of each other. You have to be careful to not send it and get damaged, because if you get damaged, your race is over. You have to pit. Your car is going to get unbelievably tight no matter what you do. You got to keep your race clean until it absolutely matters the most. We learned that with Ross Chastain back at Martinsville just a few weeks ago. It appears Joshua tried to make the pass. He's going to try to do the crossover to get underneath him. Oh, everybody's getting penalties left and right. Coming to the stripe to complete lap 24. Let's see what the detail is now on all the penalties. Everybody now has 6 seconds, and actually everybody except for Galaxy Shovel has 6 seconds. Galaxy Shovel's got to be very careful that he doesn't get another penalty. If he gets another one, 12-second penalties will cost him this race. Everybody has still made one stop. Everybody's tires are around the same amount of wear except for Canadian Cowboy and Andrew Davis. Theirs is separated by about 2 compared to everybody else. Going with the onboard into Joshua Trix, the number 4 car on the track. Oh, I'm getting information that Alvin is going to go to Haas next race. He is switching over from Petronas all the way over to Haas. That is definitely big news for the rest of this league. Alvin is a definitely good racer with a few wins under his belt in the past games. I believe he has a championship too. He can bring that championship mentality all the way over to Haas for next year. Or sorry, next race. My apologies. Look at this battle up here for 3rd. Pewds is waiting for these guys to get together to pounce and get the 3rd spot. He knows it's worth more points going towards the championship. But does anybody have anything up in the front? Andrew Davis is still trying to reel in Galaxy Shovels. He just cannot quite reel him in after he's gotten up to 4/10 now. But anything closer to that, he just can't finish it. Maybe he is just timing his move to see if he can make the pass. He's testing him to see what corners he is better at than the leader. Let's have our last commercial break from our sponsors. Welcome everybody back to race coverage of NHRA Season 8 Race 9 at the China Grand Prix. I'm your host Z Fadester, filling in for my contemporary Skyler, or Sky as we like to call it. It is lap 27 of 28, 2 laps left in this circuit. It appears as though Andrew Davis has reeled in Galaxy Shovels within a few car lengths. On the straightaways, he makes up a ton of ground. He's going to have to hope that that DRS comes in handy if he wants to pass Galaxy Shovels. Shovels has led virtually every lap of this race thus far, and on a one-stop, no mind you. Battle for third still up for debate between 3 cars of Joshua Trix, Dead One 9X, and Canadian Cowboy 04. Canadian Cowboy falling off just a little bit, but his tires are a little fresher, so he might come into play here in a little bit. Joshua Trix is still holding off Dead One 9X right behind him. Mr. Clean is right behind him. But yet he is holding strong, and he is trying to secure that third place finishing spot to get points towards the championship. Everybody knows every spot counts towards the title. Completing the last circuit here, coming to the white flag. Let's see if Andrew Davis has anything left to challenge for the front spot. He has made his way all the way back from, I believe, the very back of the race, all the way to second spot. It has just been a 1-2 battle this whole time up front. Really, nobody else has been able to challenge for this win right now. Andrew Davis reeling him in. A 1,000th here, a 100th there. Trying everything he can. He is within 3/10. This is the closest it has been ever since we went to commercial break. I wonder if he's going to try to use the bumper. Oh, he got really close that time. He is sending it. He is trying everything he's got. Still within 2 to 3/10. Oh, back to 4/10 now. He is not going to let this one slip away. It looks like Galaxy Shovels got into the grass just a little bit, got him a little loose. That has allowed Andrew Davis to stay within about 5 car lengths of him. Coming to the final straightaway this time. Let's see if his DRS could give him a boost. Here comes the DRS. It is going to bring him close. I don't know if it's going to be enough unless he uses the bumper. I don't know if he can use the bumper. Oh, yes, he does. He gets on the inside. Oh, they both go wide. Has Andrew Davis made the pass? He has. Is Galaxy Shovels going to send it inside? He does. They beat and bang. And that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Galaxy Shovels, he undercut him, and Craven got him. Craven got him. What a finish to this China Grand Prix. An otherwise boring race throughout the first 28 laps, all the way till the final lap around this track. Oh, but they're crediting Andrew Davis. They are giving Andrew Davis the win because I believe Galaxy Shovels got another penalty which sent him over 12 seconds. Andrew Davis won this race, and he has also received Driver of the Day. Let's see who got fastest lap all the way back at the lobby. Let's see if he can do a clean sweep and get the Triple Crown. And the fastest lap will go to, I believe, I cannot see it right now. We will get back to that. But here's the list of all the on-track incidents. Multiple warnings went out before all the penalties were sent. Let's see what kind of penalty cost him. Is it all the way at the top? Oh, yes, it is. He exceeded track limits. And that allowed Andrew Davis, also known as Bozo, to win this race. Let's unmute everybody and hear what they got to say.
I did not get this. I mean, You put me in
Wow,
the
this
gravel
race
and
is
tried
mired
to
in
crash me.
controversy, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us again. I am Fadester, your
Because you
host.
illegally put me out.
We will see you for the next race that I will be commentating. Thank you very much. Have a good night. God bless.